What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the ET-Dubs Neomonsters walkthrough, episode 5. Bit of a different episode for you today. We're taking a break from the main story because in the next episode, you may see my monsters and be like, whoa, Dubs number 2 got way stronger. And that is true. But I kind of wanted to walk you guys through how I got there. You know, this is a walkthrough. I said I would mainly focus on the main story, but in case there are people who have never played this game before and like want tips or whatever, I thought I would showcase the training dojo and a couple of the other things I did to get myself from where we were beating the Advanced League to where we are now going into the next tryouts. So doing all of these training dojos here, I went in and actually it's strange because I don't think any of these battles have changed since Stun changed, which is interesting because, you know, you have a whole 5 battles based on Stun, right? So that first one, super easy. Was it the second one as well? I actually threw this one multiple times because I forgot that Voltaik now has single stun revenge. That's new. I don't know if I certainly know he didn't have that when this battle was first made, and clearly they haven't changed it to reflect, you know, the changes in the game. But basically, this Poison Touch is doing enough to kill the first forms. And now I had to figure out, like, how am I gonna get this kill without eating the single stun revenge? Turns out I can just kind of chip him down with Poison Touch, and that's going to wrap up this battle. Training Dojo, if you haven't done it yet, I highly recommend. You get a lot of rewards. It's super easy, super quick way to get, like, a lot of hero rank, get a lot of, what's it called? What are they called? Training points, and get other stuff for, like, evolving and stuff like that. So here, the Shadow Worm instantly kills your whole front line, and you basically have to kill everyone else. So my first thought was, I'll just kill the Shadow Worm, but I saw that Poison Touch was killing all these other people, so I went ahead and tried to Poison Eater the Shadow Worm, but that didn't work. So we had to go back in, and I'm pretty sure the strategy is just Poison Touch everybody else before or honestly, the strat might be... No, because you don't have the seconds for it. I was going to say the strat might be Poison Eater twice, which I think is what I tried here. But then Shadow Worm, was still going to kill the, what's his name, Tiasmus with Bloodthirst. So reassessing one last time, the Ultra Dust doesn't quite kill the Pyroble, which I figured there must be a reason for. Decide to knock back so that I can charge Survivor on the Pyroble so that when Shadow Worm comes in, because I can bring him in with a Poison Touch, he'll come in poisoned. I don't have to waste the time on the Poison Touch. Also, he will no longer have the Bloodthirst charged. So Survivor there doesn't quite do enough damage to bring him down to death range with Poison Eater, but I am going to get another turn with Poison Eater before I go ahead and just Poison Touch because he, was going to die anyway. And so that wraps up the first section of the training dojo, which is Poison. See there I get some 3 de-aging fruits, who will rank up a bit. And now we're moving on to the stun battles. So these obviously were intended for you to stun spam with Stun Burst and then clean up the rest of the battle with Time Strike from Voltiger. However, you can no longer chain stuns like that. So I had to get a little creative in that battle and a couple of these, but most of them are set up easy enough that you don't even have to worry about that. Like this, you see you've got the 2 stun bursts into a stun bomb, into a stunning entrance. You would think, like, okay, great. I should be able to just, stun everyone like that. Luckily, with the stun change, Stunning Entrance and Stun Bomb do activate at the same time since they happen at the same time. But with this, it didn't matter because we had enough monsters to do enough damage anyway that it didn't matter that we didn't get that totally stunned out of play enemy line. In this third battle, he's got some protectors. None of them have Stun Absorber, I don't think. Well, no, they don't have the battle buff icon. But like Stun Killer on Raijin, that's new. That certainly wasn't here when this battle first came out. So not even sure what the intention was of this. I guess you Katabal Dust Protector Killer and then like Stun Burst into Survivor, I guess. I don't really know. But here the Necro Drake kills the full front line. I send back the Wicker Chap into the stun from Twigster so that I could get the most damage out of Voltiger and then give turn to Voltiger so that I can just get as many time strikes as possible. That's certainly not how that battle was supposed to happen, but that's how it works now with the stun change. So there you go. This final one here, we've moved on from stun to sleep. Here just waiting for the Hannibal to go to sleep so that I can Dream Hunt. We're almost ranked up there again. Second battle of the Sleep Dojo. We've got some sleep bombs here. We've got some sleep alls. But I think I didn't even care. I just kind of went to do damage because I could. And frankly, I already know how to use sleep. But you do sleep bomb into the Purify, except the only monster that has Dream Hunt here is Primrose, so I had to skip back to her. Heal with the Mushiru, give turn back to the Primrose, and there we go. Wrap up the second battle here. We're now hero rank 7. Woohoo. Climbing up, climbing up. Third and last battle of the Sleep team. We just have the Shadow Hunter here and these Cleo Angels. So kind of the goal is you would heal all like that until Demolitron goes to sleep, but I couldn't land asleep, and I think I skipped one too many with those Cleo Angels. So we go in again, take 2. The first sleep hits, luckily, skip back a bunch, do the Dream Hunt, and that's enough to put him to hold ground. So we clean up that one super easy. Now hero rank 7, going into the next one, which is Turn the Tables with Desperate Strike. So we've got Mammoth has Desperate Strike. He actually dies to the Leviavolts. So I was like, what am I supposed to do here? Try to clean up with the flares. It just barely does enough damage. And then the Reckless Attack does enough recoil to Leviavolt that I was able to kill anyway. I think the intention there is that you protect first. And then I'm not really sure what the intention of that battle was because my Desperate Strike monster died. So that was kind of funny. Here we're just doing a bunch of damage with survivors, but then I just skip, so he Ultra Dusks again, and then we've got the 4 Desperate Strikes. I think you get the gist of how Desperate Strike works. On to the third battle here. There's more than 3 in this one, unlike Sleep. But the Kami Worm with the Protector Killer is going to put Shield Worm to hold ground, but we have enough Mojis to keep him alive until the next Desperate Bite. I only needed to use 1 because 1 Protector Killer for some reason didn't put Unevolved Shield Worm to hold ground. Fine by me. On to the fourth and final battle. He's got a Don Penguini with Last Stand here. I think I do go for the Desperate Bite just to see if it kills. HP sharing there so that Penguini won't heal up as much. When hitting the Aegis Dragon, Reckless Attack puts Geoceros down to pretty much dead range, but the Desperate Bite is going to be enough to put Don Penguini to hold ground, and then we kill him with the Hanawell. So that wraps up the Desperate Strike dojo. Now moving on to the Last Stand one, where obviously we have Wolfreeze. He's the last one left. That's going to do enough damage. Moving us on to the next battle. Once again, Kami Worm versus all of us. The Ultra Wave is going to do enough to kill the Mojis, heal all, and then we have enough time to get in 2 Last Stands before his next turn, but I decided to skip just in case. You never know what's going to happen. We're able to clean up there. Moving on to the final Last Stand battle. He's got a Knight Rider, Spinorex. Basically, I see that I need to get rid of this Galv boss. The idea, as you can see, is you would just stun spam, but that doesn't work anymore. I decided to go for the Desperate Strike because I figured it would kill the Spinorex in time for me to get rid of the Summon Stunner, whose name I now forget. But that worked out, and now we're mixing and matching for different combos. Here, I guess the point of this battle is to learn about Purify, but I'm not really sure like what else I was supposed to do here. Although Stegospine now has defensive mode, which I guess he didn't have in the past. I mean, I know he didn't have in the past. So I wonder how you were supposed to figure that battle out without that, because he would have died to a second Poison Eater, I think. I don't know. But here, just combining some stuns, survivors, and desperate bites in that second battle. On to the third one. He's got, let's see, 2 Penguinis, and I've got 2 Protectors. So this one's obviously a Mega Bomb team. I think we just do some stealths, skipping past all of these until we have the 400-sec Mega Bomb charged, which should be right about now. That cleans that up. And moving on to the next battle here in the mix and match for different combos. Hello? There we go. Took a while. He's got a Shadow Worm again, bunch of Mojis. This one's all about assisted attacks. I go for the Clone, Skip, and Assisted Nova. Wanted to see how much it did, but we've got a bunch of give turns to Assisted Lux, kill the Shadow Worm. That was a pretty cool one. Just, trying to help you figure out all of the different strategies that are in this game. In the fifth battle, we've got Protector Killer, I guess. Not sure what the point of this one is, but I guess it shows you Protector Killer, I guess. But, we clean that one up pretty easy. moving on to the next and I believe final battle. Or not, no, this one has a whole second page. Awesome, awesome. So we're moving on. He's got Typhon Worm and Emoji. I guess this one is for, I don't know, blood. Maybe the idea is you like charge Blood Crave on the Chain Horn. But that doesn't seem to be it. It's just another Desperate Bite battle, I guess. Maybe with the Accelerate too. I'm not sure. A lot of these I don't really understand what the point is, but that's okay. Now Godfeather, he's got the last bite. This one's all about, oh, I was going to say Summon Friend, which I guess you could have done with Elysion there. But the Kinslayer, which I'm sure wasn't originally on Typhon Dragon when that battle was conceived, just puts him to hold ground anyway. So no big deal here. This one is obviously a twin death sentence, so we want to put both people to sleep, which we haven't gotten to work yet, but hopefully next time. Nope. The sleep bomb there, though, will wrap it up, keep them asleep long enough for the death sentence to go off. Easy wins, easy wins. Next battle, which I believe is the final one. Yes, we get 3 super DH fruits for this. He's got Don Penguinis, and I got to wrap them up with poison. So I think I just tried to see how much a Poison Eater would do. It does kill. So he's got 2 Don Penguinis left, and I've got enough Poison Eaters to kill. I guess the goal here is you don't want to leave one of them alive, but I have plenty of time with the Poison Monsters. So we wrap that one up there, and that's going to do it for the Trainer Dojo. We're going to move on to a little bit more of what I did in the time away between episodes here. Opened this Newcomer egg, which had increased rage, which was super awesome. Gave me a legendary here and a bunch of monsters I don't have, bunch of epics. I got Frost Mirage as a super epic, which is pretty cool. Just looking through the rest of these epics, we got Dahargaz, who's nice. Cool poison monster. It's been a long time since I've opened a super egg and like not had the epics that I've hatched. So that was a fun experience. Another survivor in the Whirl Core. So we got the Mastodon as well, who's another survivor. We got a Stun Bomber in Octaneer. Who else? We got a not Last Stand. You're the Accelerate, Reckless Attack, Throw, Blood Crave, which is nice. And the legendary, we got Revenarcheon, who honestly, one of the best possible pulls you could get early game. Super duper good PvE monster. A monster I don't even have on my main account. So super jealous of that. And then to finish off here, just showing you a couple of the monsters that I evolved. So we finally got Minotaur. We got a Galvjack now. Our Blitztail evolves into, I think Zapcat is his name. Oh, Leobold. Zapcat was earlier. We evolved Demi-Horus. We evolved Voltike into Voltiger. So now we have that single stun revenge. Catabalpup into Catabaldus. We evolved Mini Brute or whatever his name is. Rhino Runt into Rhino whatever. We got this Griffbeak. I was evolving Beowulf because I do think that 98 speed and Confident Strike is cool. Spidel we finally have in the second form. Primrose we get in second form. It doesn't have the sneak attack yet. That's the Ultra Evolve. But Revenarcheon gets to second form, which is Revenarch. Still don't know the first form name. Frost Mirage in second form. I don't think he has any of his useful skills yet, but we'll Ultra Evolve him eventually. We get a Vortexor. We get Shisapup. So basically, here's the Beowulf evolution. We're going into the rest of the leagues with a much better setup team, much better monsters, much higher leveled monsters. That also means higher cost monsters, but it's okay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.